Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today is FabriChat.
Hey!
Good morning.
So, let's see. What is today? The 12th?
The 11th?
No,
the 12th.
12th.
I don't know. I just wake up and kids to school.
Oh, it's
No,
the 12th.
I get up, get the kids to school, I come to work. Every once in a while I get surprised. Ooh, there's no school. That's exciting.
I know. I wonder how old I am. I mean, I don't wonder. I know how old I am, but I just think, the first thing I think in the morning when I lay there is, what day is today? It's like, it's not an automatic thing. Was it ever an automatic thing that you knew what day it was?
I mean, maybe when I was in school, I knew what day it was. Because I was counting down for Saturday because I don't have to go to school.
Sorry, I don't see any matches in your contacts.
She is such a little Snoopy Snoop. I don't even know what you think I said. She's always listening.
Always looking. She
Helping me to
doesn't
shop.
listen very well.
She does not listen very well. She gets things wrong so much.
But
Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Now with kids, there's just too many things in my mind that, what's today? I don't know, but we gotta go. But wait, Mom, it's Saturday. No, it's not.
No, it's not. We're working. We're working today. Yeah. Well, anyway, so happy Wednesday. And if you're new here, we're mother-daughter duo. We have a quilt shop. We do lots of tutorials and fun things. And we do box openings mostly not mostly, but that's a lot of what.
You see, every week you see us twice. No matter
Twice a
what.
week for that. On Wednesday night at 5 and Sunday afternoon at 12:30, and we show you brand new things in the shop. But we have so many other kind of fun things going on, and we have a little book club that we started about a year ago.
Fun.
That's a little out of control. Not really out of control, but we've modified it quite a bit over the year. And so we met with that yesterday, and I was a little nervous because somebody had emailed and said, I watched it a little bit late, so let me just get this right. The 3 recommended books are Betty, what were
Thunder
they?
in the Mountains.
Thunder in the Mountains.
The Night Watchman.
And The Night Watchman. And I said, no, not Betty. Betty. You can read Betty, but it's not recommended.
Out today should be a, or maybe tomorrow. We'll see what, yesterday it went out maybe, but, the newsletter for book club. Cause we've been really bad lately at having you vote for books. And a lot of that is because Mom has her secret stash of nominations at her house.
Because I have everything in writing.
Yes.
I write it all down on paper.
So she has to bring me a sticky note with paper. And then I have to verify if the one that says, Sherlock Holmes by whoever is the right one that I'm thinking and not a new one.
I know. You'd think it'd be,
we're going to go by genre. So we are doing Indian history, historical fiction, and those essentially are the 3. Betty, though, is hardcore, emotional, real life, more biography. But I think I'm going to do The Night Watchman.
The Night Watchman.
It is based off of true events, but it has some, it's more of a historical fiction. And Thunder in the Mountains. I've read something similar to that. There was one that's like Thunder Rolling or something. It's a
a young adult one.
Yeah, and it's a historical fiction about Chief Joseph, and Chief Joseph is one of our Indians in our
Nez Perce,
our neck of the woods. So I've done a lot of that in Sacagawea. I've done a lot of history and looking, and even school reports on those 2 Indians and Chief Moses and all of those guys. But so those are essentially
those are the ones.
Indian history.
Yes.
That's kind of what we're going for.
Yes. And then there was another one, Berry Pickers, and that one has come up across. I'm just going to mention that only because that one also is like Native American, evidently. And it's something about, it's also Native American history, kind of historical fiction reference. So, I forgot to mention that one. But Betty, I just want to make sure that everybody hears me say that if you are sensitive at all, I mean, if you even have a little bit of sensitivity, you will find that a difficult book to read. So anyway, cautionary thing. But anyway, so yeah, there's all kinds of fun things that we do. And the other thing that's kind of nice about FabriChat is that it's our opportunity to kind of catch up on things over the week and emails and comments and things that we've been chatting about along the way with some of the different classes and stuff. And before we answer some emails and share some pictures, next week is right, the 19th. Next Wednesday, we are going to do FabriChat live.
Wherever we are in Arizona.
Live. Now, I'm just going to say, it is possible there's like, oh shoot, we don't have good Wi-Fi or whatever. So if you do not see us at exactly 8:30,
It's okay. We're fine.
do not dismay.
We're fine.
We're just trying to find a spot, to...
We could be driving to the next quilt shop, and we got to get to the quilt shop.
And then we're going to do it from there. Yeah, so who knows? But anyway, we will be doing it live next week.
Yes.
But unless something weird happens and we tape it in the... is that even a possibility that we would do it the night before in the hotel room?
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know what will happen next week, so
us at some
tune in to see.
But do not fret if we are late.
Don't fret. A lot of people will text.
Do not be surprised if we are early in case we have our, math wrong. It could happen.
What time is it?
'Cause I think Arizona is an hour ahead of us. So you Arizonians, it's probably 9:30-ish.
We don't know. We'll find out when we get there. So because we will be at QuiltCon next week, we're flying in on Tuesday evening.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people coming in on the 19th, lots of other people coming in on Thursday. Some people are connecting it with a little trip to Vegas since they're going to be so close. And so there's a bunch of us that are all staying together at a hotel together. And then we're going to, and there's a lot of other people. I brought my little file today of people that have emailed and said, well, I'm going to be there. And, so we'll look for everybody. Hopefully it's not so big that it won't be, hard to find each other and say hello. Because what's really nice is that we have no agenda other than to go hang out, say hello.
We don't have anywhere to be.
Hook up with some people, and so, yeah. So we're going to be there. And so anyway, so be sure and come and say hello to us. And hopefully we will go live several times with whatever is possible. Sometimes at certain quilt shows, there's things that you can't share electronically. So we'll see what's allowable. But anyway, we'll kind of bring you along with us. And the other thing that we're doing is we are going to be, I might have already mentioned this, we are going to be pre-taping some box openings.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get the shy people who work here to agree to do the box openings for you. So we're going to pre-do it for you. So,
those won't be fun.
So those will be fun. They are not going to be delayed. And those will all be fine. Let's see. So, let's start with this. Let's start with some of the comments first, and then I'll show you. I brought kind of a little stack of show and tell stuff for you guys. But let's start with this. This was really fun. So this was a note. We were talking about snow. We've been talking about weather. Everybody's getting like the freakiest weather. I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. Somebody had said that Mother Nature has taken up drinking, but something is going on.
Definitely not back in the office yet. She's still working from home.
Something's happening. But anyway, we were talking about snow because we've not gotten very much snow at all, which is unusual for us. We usually have a bit of a snowpack, which is important for our dryland week. But so, we'll see what happens. But anyway, so Diane Roberts from Central Lake, Michigan, said that she has lots of snow and she would be willing to share some with us.
Now, lake effect snow or just in general snow?
I imagine
all of the above.
So here's my question to you. How much snow do you think they have?
Michigan? Michigan probably has, 8 inches of snow?
Oh, 8 inches. Well, let's just see about that. A foot of snow is 12 inches.
Yes.
Michigan. So let's say that this number is for the season. Let's assume that.
Oh,
okay?
For the whole 3 months accumulative.
Yeah.
How much you
How
get
much
in the
would you
season.
say?
I would say they probably get close to 3 feet in their season.
36 inches, you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Higher.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I do not want to live in Michigan. Are we looking at 5 feet?
Which would be 60 inches? Higher.
Oh, I'm out. I am not coming to visit. Maybe in prime. Let's go. 96 inches.
Higher.
What? Ooh. How much do you have in the snow right now?
I said to her, I have questions. I can't even imagine. The number is 170 inches.
Of snow already this season?
170. And she shows, that is from the front page of their paper. 170.2. And she says, and at the time of this email, it is snowing again. Okay, so I have multiple questions. That is what? That's 170. That's 14, 15 feet of snow? 14 feet of snow. 14
and
feet
is that
of snow.
out of 3? Does it start snowing in December for you guys, and it's still snowing now?
Well, let's say
you
that
get
it
early
does.
snow in
How much
November.
do you think melted? So let's say that that's cumulative.
That lake is full.
I mean, your driveway. So here's these.
I don't even know where all
these
that
are
snow
some
goes.
of my questions. Where do you put your snow? Because if you're out there shoveling, that's part of our issues that we always have. Is that when we're out there,
Well, our city
plowing our
also-
snow, we don't have places to put it.
And we don't have good drainage here in Ephrata. We could create flash floods in a second.
We could.
If one of the drains.
When all of a sudden, if all of that snow and all of our berms of snow are melting at the same time, we do have issues with that. But I can't even imagine.
You guys
I mean,
have
where
like
are
a
you stacking
snow
that?
dump?
You must have a snow dump. Because where are you
the
putting
city
it? What does it look like in your... I want to see a picture of your front yard. Because where's that snow?
Where's your snow? Where's your streets? Like, how do you guys get out? You guys just...
How can you see?
Cross-country skiing to work?
I don't even know.
Do you guys still go to work?
107 We have questions. We have questions.
That's
And
a
I'm sure
lot
that
of
it is
snow.
cumulative.
I bet
but-
for our whole season, if you even count from November to today, I bet we've gotten 6 inches. Oof, that might be too much.
Oh, I don't think so.
That might be too much. Maybe 4? Oh, that might be too much. I don't know. We've got nothing. We've gotten more rain this snow season than we actually have had snow.
Yeah. I don't know. I just can't even imagine that much snow. And then I think, gosh, the poor people, Florida, Louisiana, places that have never ever had snow
I don't know.
before.
Look at all those young kids, though, that are making bank shoveling snow, though.
That's true. That's true.
Like, knock,
I
knock,
also...
knock. Can I shovel your show? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you can. Hit $10.
Yeah. I know. $10.
Put it in the neighbor's yard, though. If it's in my yard, it's going down to
That's
5.
right. That's right.
Chuck it over the hedges.
That's right. That's a common argument up here. It isn't my snow. It's God's snow. You can have it.
We all get to share. So
I know. Anyway, just interesting. And I also think about preparedness.
if you're not prepared for that much snow,
What sort of garb do you have? And
it's available.
yeah, we've watched a couple of those fun things on YouTube. People that live at 70 below up in Siberia. You can't even go outside. No. You can't. I mean, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's why we have so many viewers from Michigan. That's all you have to do is quilt. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm not going outside.
What are you going to do? I'm not going outside. I am not going outside.
Get snow in my
Nope.
shoes.
No,
Absolutely not.
Nope.
And if you can't get, some of that stuff locally and you order it in from Amazon or from a local store, can you get your mail?
Right.
Those little our little mail trucks are not going through like 3 inches of snow, let alone
Right.
if you've got yourself 6 to 8 inches in overnight.
Right.
What's happening?
What's happening? Baby might be done with breakfast.
She's throwing little sausage bites under the door. Is he coming here? Open
Yeah.
the door.
I don't know. I have a lot of questions. I just think it's a whole different way of life. It must be for that much snow because, I just don't understand it.
That's a lot.
I want pictures.
That's a lot
so
of snow.
Send me more pictures. All right. Thank you, Diane. Okay. So the other thing is that we were talking about squirrels.
Of course.
So I have sent some of these pictures so that Anna can put the pictures up here for you. This first one is from Janet Peterson. Do you think that's our Janet Peterson?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Because was she from Michigan? I was thinking she was from...
Where's she at right now?
Well, right now she's up in Blaine. But...
I don't know. Maybe.
You know what's funny is we know like 3 Janet Petersons and we know 2 Karen Hogans.
Yeah.
And we know, I know, and we know, there's a couple, we have lots of similar names that are funny. But anyway, so Janet Peterson says that where she grew up from in Michigan, they had red, gray, and black squirrels. Whoa. I know.
I mean, he's sexy.
pretty.
I think he is beautiful. He still looks bigger than ours, though.
He does look a little bit bigger than ours. He does.
We have a
But
similar
what's the
tail.
deal with the, but I feel like his tail is,
Shorter.
well,
Well,
not
because
that
I
impressive.
think he is the predator. I don't think he is the prey. I think definitely our squirrels are the prey with
he
that little
does look a
fluffy
little,
business.
yeah.
I would not want to mess with him.
Because he's black.
I don't know.
Oh, that sounds
Because
racist.
he looks-
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant he does look a little scarier.
He looks
is
like a
all.
mouse. I mean, if he was,
I think it's his face.
If he was sitting in a tree looking at your window, I would think he was a big old rat. Yeah, and I ain't messing with that.
Yeah, he's a little scary to me too.
Yeah.
And I think it's
I'm
just
not
because we're
afraid
not
of a
used.
squirrel, but
No.
I don't want any.
It's those black little beady eyes.
A mouse.
He does look a little scary to
I
me.
don't want no.
And then this was from Sally Gaddis.
She raised 2 little babies.
Oh.
I know. Now, I don't know if these are babies or now they've raised, but I know she said she raised them from babies, because I would say this looks even a little bit bigger than ours, but
Similar to
closer
our
what
size.
ours look like.
Even with that little bushy tail.
Yeah. That looks pretty fun.
Cute.
I feel like I could play with her. That looks pretty fun.
Now I wonder, are their nails like super sharp, or is it kind of like a cat nail? That's not super. I mean,
Probably like that retractable.
retractable maybe. I feel like, does that hurt?
Does that look like that hurts her?
Is that squirrel hanging on?
Well, she's smiling.
don't
She
think
could be
it's-
grimacing.
I don't know.
Because they can climb trees.
I'm just
as
curious if it's like super sharp or, not
Good
noticeably
question.
sharp. Not that I'm looking for a pet squirrel to hang on me, but curious.
fast. No. I mean, yeah. And then Jerry emailed that her, a couple of people were talking about who the predators were that will eat squirrels. And, they said that cats do catch them. And they said that, and Jerry said that her corgi dog caught one.
Wow.
I don't think of a corgi as a
being agile.
fast. So I don't know what that was all about. I think that corgi
Lucked out.
I don't know. But anyway, but then somebody else, and I hadn't really thought about this before, but birds of prey.
Well, oh, sure. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. A hawk, an eagle.
A hawk, an eagle, yeah. And
That
I
makes
guess I don't
sense.
think about that because, we have massive hawks, eagles, owls, but all out in the country, and we don't have squirrels in the country.
Well, because they've all been eaten.
Well, they've all
They've all evacuated to the cities. Smart. Keep those field mice for the owls. The squirrels gotta get out of town. Get into town.
Yeah, you're
I
just
didn't even think about birds of prey. Of course.
Yeah, I just don't think of birds of prey in the city, and we don't think of squirrels in the country.
Because we have a few owls or whatever within the city, or a little outside of the city limits, but of course, you'd have to find a squirrel out after dark.
Yeah.
And they're usually pretty good about being where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I just didn't think about that. Laura Bishop, she lives in Atlanta, possibly a suburb of Atlanta, because she says it's one of the animals in her yard. And again, I don't think of them as, but she says she has chipmunks, moles, and she has several deer
Oh,
in Atlanta.
that's cool.
That will drop by.
Oh, he's big.
Hey, bug.
Oh my goodness.
He is a big guy. Because look at that. I mean, do you feel like that's a 2x4?
Yeah, and that's a solid 4x4 probably right there.
4x4. That guy is.
He's all big,
He
dude.
is big, and that is a sexy tail. So the little black guy up here, I don't know. He's
dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, but see,
That
look at the tail.
That tail is agile and swift, and this guy, he's just flaunting it.
He's flaunting it,
I'm just saying, there's a difference there.
and he's big. I think that if I saw that in our neighborhood, I would not recognize it as a squirrel. I would
she'd
wonder
sit there and look at him for a
what
minute.
is that, because that is so massive.
Yeah, that's like because a cat. Like I feel like I have a
know.
cat that's full grown that has the size
cat
of
would run.
face that thing has.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know if my cats would know what to do with that.
I'm kind of liking that feeder too. Look at that.
That's pretty smart.
That's not messy.
I mean, your birds could make anything messy. So
Oh, my
look at any
birds.
ideas.
I know. I was telling Tracy this morning, so kind of sad. So, I feed the birds all the time. So I have a little bird feeder out the back door, and then a little bird spot out the front door. And out the front
I'm
door,
quite sure they're the same bird she's feeding because her little chickadees are plump.
they are plump.
Like I don't know how they can take off. How do those wings
They
work?
bounce and then run. I mean, fly. But then in the front, those of you guys that have been to my house, there's a what is that? Lilac.
Hedge of lilac.
of lilac. So they wait there, and you can hear them flittering as I bring out and feed them.
Yeah.
So yesterday morning, I went out and took out the bird seed, and there was a pile of feathers.
Ooh, someone got eaten.
I think so. And then I thought, oh, that's kind of sad. So I put but there was nobody in the hedge, flittering, waiting for me. When I got back home yesterday after work. The seed was untouched.
Oh no.
I went out again this morning. Untouched.
Oh.
So apparently there was some carnage that was viewed, and it is now...
We're done.
We're done. So, but, so then I just put extra in the backyard.
There you go.
I guess until...
They probably think they're probably a little safer there.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad. I mean, I don't want them to feel that I was a part of that at all.
No, some
I
city
was
cow
not.
is just waiting his chance.
Makes me kind of sad. I'm glad
He
I
could have
didn't see
taken
that.
it elsewhere. Like,
Well, no, there was...
like, why damage your hunting spot? Why not take your
and
hatch
skulk off with it.
and go under your porch, and then know where to go next time? Just saying.
Yeah, it's sad. Anyways, and then, so thank you for the squirrel pictures. It is kind of fun to compare. And then, oh my gosh. So, Bev Miller sent, a little Facebook video, about armadillos, kind of this fun little, and I don't know if there's some way that we can link it or show it at the end, but another one about the different types of armadillos and how smart they are. And you should see, they can swim.
Really?
They can totally swim. They're
That
really
surprises me.
curious. They're super friendly. They like people. And the video starts with them scooping up, if you can imagine their little things, scooping up leaves to make a nest. And they
Aw.
can dig, they can burrow, they can...
I feel like
everything.
they're a little
totally
part
leftover parts and
pieces, and
capabilities. Who would think that? But you should see them swimming.
I would have never thought they could
Can
swim.
totally swim.
I would feel like their little shell would create some really bad drag.
No,
They're pretty.
there's in the video. It was pretty good. You had, sorry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah. So anyway, and Bev Miller. Speaking of Bev Miller, now I'm just going to say, just for one little second, we are not political at all. We don't get involved in any of that. I think there's certain things that we just don't talk about. And politics is one.
Yes.
It's just not a fight I'm willing to have. But I just want to say, our Canadian friends, we love you. All of us love you. All of us
we did
love
not get
you.
to vote.
We understand that you might be angry with us. And I just want to say, all of us love you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just want to say, we love you. And it's kind of funny, even, and I've mentioned this before.
We'd rather keep you as neighbors instead of cousins.
not that-
I don't know.
Stepsister, it'd be okay with me for you to be my stepsister. I would like that, but I want what you want.
Yes.
Whatever
yes.
we can do. But it is kind of funny that when we travel, as long as you don't have to like show your passport and show that you're lying, I like to, act like I'm a Canadian. All you have to do is show an occasional egg.
I hate telling people we're American.
I know, because we have a little bit of a bad rap for
We
being
do.
Pushy and bossy and entitled, and I don't
quite
like that.
sure
I
we're.
think all of us are like that.
No, I don't think so.
But I do know that Canadians, you guys know how to stand in line. You guys are nice and quiet and very sweet.
Yeah.
And so
I
again,
agree.
we just throw out a little A every once in a while. Oh, you're from Canada? Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, not close.
British Columbia. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Anyways.
pretty sure American news is probably like the fun, comic channel for most people watch.
Yeah, I don't even know. I can barely watch it myself anymore.
No, I just.
Anyway, I just want to say, all my Canadian friends, we love you, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
We have
All
no
right.
power, no pull. No push.
I know, but we will welcome you. But anyway, not the. All right. Okay, let's see. One other like super, super important thing that I think is really important to mention is that, and maybe this kind of comes up with that whole idea of those of you guys that have 170 inches of snow, and maybe you can't make it out to the store to get the things that you need. And Amazon, of course, being a perfect opportunity with free shipping, fast delivery to be able to get you everything that you need. Okay, so somebody had mentioned on our video that those slot rulers, that you could get them on Amazon for $10. You cannot.
No, they're like $10 a mower.
Well, yes. Well, two things. One thing is that a lot of people will go ahead and sell their rulers on Amazon, but you have to be very, very sure when you link who you're buying it from, and that it's real.
And not a Chinese.
And yeah, and so oftentimes it's a little bit more because Amazon takes a little cut of that. So it might be more than what it would be at your local quilt shop or from us. But the little Chinese knockoff, look at this.
Oh, yeah, it is $10.
It is not the same thing. So what happens is that's why you will hear a lot of people saying, do not buy it from Amazon. And a lot of ruler makers, designers will not sell it on Amazon because they don't want to risk that opportunity for you to get the wrong thing. And so there's no laws, I guess, that protect those people from doing counterfeit ones.
Right.
All they're doing is they're creating basically what they think is the same thing. They call it something a little bit different, but it looks almost identical.
Stop. Is she looking?
And then they and then it's just super inexpensive.
Right.
But what the problem is the inaccuracies
and
of
the
it.
and the quality
And
of
the
that
quality of it.
acrylic.
It's super thin. It's not that really nice thick lucite that we're accustomed to here. It's very, very thin. You just made it worse.
I don't know if I can hear her panting now.
You just made it worse. Now she's
obnoxious.
She is obnoxious. And then the other thing is the markings. You'll find that the markings, because I've seen that. We have seen it in the store where you line up the ruler and it's like, well, it looks right. But then all of a sudden there's a drift. So maybe if you look over in the little 1-inch square, well, that looks right. But then by the time you get over here to where it's 8 inches by 10 inches, it's way, 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 way off. So I would just say, be very, very cautious. And if you feel like you have to order something online, maybe shop around. Maybe there is some other local quilt shop or somebody else who can offer free shipping, or if there's some other kind of special deal. But we buy a lot of stuff from Amazon, so I'm not an Amazon hater at all. But
Just make sure you know who you're buying it from.
there's a lot of counterfeit stuff.
Yeah, I believe that New Leaf, who is the person who makes the slotted trimmers, does sell on Amazon. Just make sure when it says sold by, it says New Leaf.
Yeah.
Just like I know that, what are the other? Block Lock has a store on Amazon, but make sure it's sold by Block Lock.
Or buy them from us.
Block Lock has finally decided to go with a distributor after I don't know how many years. So we get them from E. Shank now. We get them in every single size. So we can get them now easily than before. And but just make sure that's sold by right under, it's going to give you the title, the little description, the prices, and if it comes in other colors, it'll say in little fine print sold by, and it might be something in Chinese. It might be something you kind of
Or now
recognize.
they'll say distribution center in California.
Yeah.
So they'll hide.
Also not.
They'll hide. Yeah. If it's not somebody that you recognize. So I would say,
just double check that everyone's
just be very, very cautious. And things like that are tools like that, buy from somebody, a quilt shop, somebody that's reputable. I would just caution you on that. So anyway, so I wanted to comment because
you won't realize that your ruler is flawed until your quilt is all the way getting ready to finish and your things don't match like it's supposed to. Yeah. Then you're going to think, well, that was a stupid tool. I just wasted money. Yeah. Granted, it may have been a waste because you spent $11 and got an inaccurate tool, not the tool itself.
Right. Right. And that's just one example. There's many that are sold on there that are many counterfeit products that are not right. So anyway, just be careful. Okay. All right. So let's go on to something kind of fun. So I had mentioned last week, was it Wednesday or was it Sunday?
About what?
Oh.
You mentioned a lot of things.
I do. I talk a lot. So I had mentioned one day last week that our little local nursing home, McKay Memorial, if you guys watch us very often, you're very familiar with those guys, Wednesday box opening, that May is National Nursing Home month, and then there's a special nursing home week, and the theme for them this year is going to be the tapestry of our lives, and so they're doing kind of a little quilt theme, and so we're going to do a quilt show. We're going to take in some quilts for them, do some decorating with some quilts, and kind of make it kind of fun for them. And Nikki had asked if I could maybe make, if there's enough time for me and my friends, to make some new placemats for them, because they love their placemats, but they're getting so threadbare from being washed, because they have to be washed after each use, of course, that they don't even have enough to be able to do it at every meal.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know. So I'm actually going to take some before we do like the great big thing, because I feel like they need them. So I told you she had given me one. So you just have to see how loved this one is and so look at the back first. I don't know if you can really tell how many times that's been washed and faded. So it just
from the front.
Can you tell from the front? Isn't that just sweet? I mean, they just love it. And so this is one that, they're just washed all the time. So all you have to do is just with your leftover bits of batting, if you have a quilt block and you just want to put a couple other pieces on there, they're roughly 10 by 12, it has a little backing, has some binding on it. You can do everything just stitch down. You don't have to do anything by hand. The other thing though that would be really nice is if you could just put a little message on the back from, Susan from Texas, or
That'd
whatever, just something so that they kind of know where they came from. I think it would be kind of nice. So I know a lot of you guys have said, that you were happy to make some and ship some. So they don't have to be anything super fancy. They just love them. They just really, really like them. It just is such a nice homier thing rather than eating on a tray.
Yeah.
And they do take the food off of the tray to give to them. And it's just so nice when they have a placemat. And then we decided to also do some mug rugs. So I brought some just to kind of show, and I don't know if you guys feel like you need like a separate video, because so many people ask.
You have a couple mug rugs.
Do we have a couple mug rugs? Maybe we can link some, because we used to do a mug rug of the month, but a lot of people were asking that they didn't quite understand the difference between a mug rug and a placemat. And part of it is the size. But so what I did is I typed this up for you guys. So we'll link this below so that you have a little PDF that you can print off if you'd like to, or in your order, if you want us just to pop one of these in there, we can. I printed off a bunch of copies for you. But what it is it's just a little card. So I'm going to put this on the front of the little bin where we put all of them in there. So you wouldn't have to put this on the back of your mug rug if you're sending them to me. But for you guys to have for future gifts, and then I'm going to do a little trunk show here for you. But it explains what a mug rug is. So it says, mug rug. This mini quilt was specially made for your favorite cup of brew. And if you have a special treat, there's room for one or two. Use it like a placemat to keep your table clean, and when you're finished, no evidence of spills or crumbs are seen. And if by chance you make a mess, don't fret about the chore. Just toss it in the laundry. It will be good as new once more. Every time you use this rug, remember just one thing, a gift of hugs and love from me this little quilt will bring.
Cute.
And then I have there's also a second option for that final phrase. If you don't feel like you want to give hugs and love, I would. But if you don't, every time you use this rug, remember just one thing, a prayer for peace and happiness this little quilt will bring. So you can do, both are on here. And I don't know where this originally came from. Somebody had given me a mug rug as a gift years and years and years ago. And this was on there. I have changed a lot of the words, changed it up a little bit. But I don't know who originally wrote that. It was not me. But anyway, there was no author's note. But anyway, so we'll share that. And then I'll just show you. These are some, I've mentioned before that I have this big basket. And when the kids come over, they go through and they pick. And I do have the one in here that is the favorite that I have to hide in there, because whoever is fastest will get it.
It creates quite the issue.
It does. You will never guess what it is. You will not guess.
We'll tell you at the end. So you'll see all of them and have your guess. And then Mom will tell you at the end which one is their favorite.
Do you think it's this one? Look how cute that is. So this one is one of
Lost an eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah. a little, and so you can see this one is a little bit smaller. I think the general shape is about 6 inches by 9 inches, but it won't really matter.
Because you kind of have to think of a big old coffee mug and like a cookie.
And a
that's
cookie.
about the size.
It doesn't matter. Because the other thing that you can do is if you've made something thinking that you're going to make a whole quilt and it's like, oh, heck no, I am making any more of these little baby Dresdens, then you can turn it into a mug rug, or you can turn it into a placemat if you just went ahead and made it a little bit bigger. So imagine that if you're not sure how to make a little placemat, you don't have to have patterns. Just, use a block, use something kind of fun. This one would be another example. And this one was one of the ones, I think we might have a video and a free pattern for this one. This one, we were teaching a technique. And so this was just a fusible web technique. So you put that on the side and then a couple other pieces. And then again, just added a little bit of binding, a little bit of quilting. This one was also a technique one. And so this one you can see that I wrote on the back of it. But this one I was teaching free motion stitching on your, like thread play on your sewing machine. And so there's a video for this one, I'm sure.
I believe so.
Yeah. And then this one,
that one's machine embroidery, but you could easily do that just with fusible applique.
Yeah.
And a
Love
really
the
cool
shape
stitch on your
of
machine.
it. This is just a block, a quilt block. So just a really cute one. I think I've probably got 6 that match it. So, and just has a tiny little border on it. This one is just same thing. This is just a little stripe fabric.
Piece of border print.
Yeah, piece of border print, and then a little bit of fabric on it. This one, same thing. It's all about the fabric. There's one little piece to block right there, but just super simple.
Cute.
This one, same thing. This one has a little message on the back of it, just written. It's been washed a million times. This one just has kind of a cute little block from a panel. Just has a little 9 patch and then a little binding. This one, I think we've shown several times. This is kind of fun. I think I have 4 of these because this was some motif fabric that had real recipes. So I just wanted to do the recipes and then just did a couple stripes. This one would also be really easy to replicate as a placemat, something similar to that. Little Valentine's one, again, same idea, just something with a little applique in it and a couple stripes. And you can see, look at the difference in terms of size. Totally doesn't matter. Totally doesn't matter. And then here's one that's even smaller. This one was when we gave out this pattern as part of our, was it Sage and Sundays or something?
Oh, yeah, probably.
There's a little hand embroidery there, a little sun, and then it's just 3 pieces and then the back, and that's all you have to do is just flip it around. So a lot of these are just cotton batting, little leftover bits of batting. But your other option, that's what this stuff, we've talked about this before, we got more of this stuff in, and this is fusible, and this is just a little bit stiffer. Some of these, I think that's what this one is. And you can kind of tell that it still washes great. You can throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, and it maintains its firmness. So it's an option. The other thing that's super fun and popular is shapes. So you can just do a fun little heart one. So we have them for, and most of this is because Millie gifts them to us, which is so nice. And so we have so many that are, every holiday we have some. So the fun little heart shape, which is great. And then
candy
corns.
Cute.
And then, or it can be, instead of candy corn, it can be a slice of watermelon. Same idea. And then I'm just going to tell you, this one is the most favorite one. Would you have known? Would you have picked this one?
No, I would not have.
It's this one. It is a heart on this side, but ready? Oh.
Iron Man and the Hulk.
That's the favorite one.
That's all they want.
That's the favorite one. And, the funny thing about that is because we talk about this all the time with fabric, that it's really all about the fabric that you find. We search a lot for patterns and patterns that we like and things that we want to sew. And I feel like that's more about us. You know, ooh, I really want to make that star. Ooh, I really want to, do that. That looks so 3D or whatever, so we find something that we want a piece. And I think that's more about the quilter. Personally, it's the fabric that's all about the person that you're giving it to.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, do they like little rosebuds? Do they like bees? Do they like, you know, the Hulk, you know, or whatever? And then what's kind of nice is that if you've found a fabric that's perfect for somebody, that's what's so nice about it is you don't have to cut it up. You can find some great pattern that is really all about
Big pieces.
the big pieces and all about the fabric and not about, you know, and it also takes some of that pressure off. If there's a quilt that you're making that is taking you 3 to 4 months or 5 to 6 months or longer to make, keep that one for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can truly appreciate the amount of time that it took you. And then you can really focus on fabrics, you know, for who you're gift giving. So anyway, and this is the example. There's so many of these that are so cute.
Yeah. And
So cute. But no,
Marvel.
it's this one. It's this one. Marvel wins.
I thought it was going to be this one.
Oh, sure.
Or one of the little Halloween one. The little monster, little Frankenstein.
Monster, yeah. No.
I was going to send this one or Frankenstein.
No. I mean, maybe next year, but at the moment, it's all about the Hulk. Don't know why, but it is.
Funny.
Anyway, let's see. What else? I think that I think the big things that we were going to chat about was squirrels, McKay, and so if you want to help me. Because we have 42 residents, I would really like if they had, you know, 120 placemats. They could have them for each meal and launder them. I feel like that's pretty doable. And what we'll do is as they come in, we'll show and tell. And then I think what I will do is I'll give them a bunch as they come in. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll save all of the mug rugs for when we go over. And then when we do
she's not expecting mug rugs.
She's not expecting mug rugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's way too busy to watch us. So she won't know. She'll just... And then I'll just take over the placemats for them because, yeah, they don't have enough at all. And she says sometimes it's really sad because there might be somebody at the table who doesn't have one.
Yeah,
I know that's just not right. Yeah. So anyway, I've been putting some together, so I'll take some over here pretty quick and get that going. So, all right, let's see. And then Super Bowl. So let's see. Did your team win?
Mine did not. Mine got closed out. It was a good game. So we had everybody over at our house.
You wanted Chiefs to win because it was going to be the third time in a row.
Yeah, they were going to make history, and I thought that was like super cool.
And they were the ones that did not play well at all.
Oh, no, I did not watch. It was a good game. That was still fun. Because again, Robert and I just watch football for the fun of it. We don't have like a favorite team or a favorite athlete. It's just, you know, whatever. We're not really into football these days. So. It was just fun to watch, and you know, sometimes
and a reason to get together with friends
and eat food. So it was good. We still enjoyed it, and it was super fun. So we liked it. Even
I hope your team won, whoever you were.
The Eagles did a fantastic job.
I know Thea.
They were there to play. They were there to win. I think the coaches did a ton of pre-planning, watching old footage. I mean, they had every loophole covered. And I think that's why their interceptions that they got were led right back to a touchdown. So I was very impressed with those coaches, very impressed with how that team worked. The Chiefs were not in it, and it showed. They didn't deserve to win. So, then. Eagles did a great job. It was pretty great.
Says the commentator.
I don't know anything. I just watched it. I thought it was great.
Well, sometimes I think we have more sensibility. This is what I saw.
Yeah. I thought it was a fun, interesting game. And again, I wasn't brokenhearted. I wasn't anything. I just was there for fun, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I went to YouTube, of course, because I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch any part of it at all. But you can go on YouTube and you can watch the halftime show
and recap commercials.
Which was kind of fun. So the halftime show, I watched like 2 minutes of it. It's like, no, I'm sorry, Kendrick Lamar. Those of you guys that are his fan. I'll bet he's fantastic.
And apparently it was a fantastic halftime show. I am not a rapper.
I don't understand what he's saying.
I could not hear a single word. I was actually sending the book club email during the halftime. It was good to listen to, but I could not tell you one word he said.
I don't know what he was saying. I did think
it was funny because he was really good.
Wearing mom jeans. Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, I loved his jeans though.
Those were mom jeans.
I love it. And I some hippie skinny jeans.
I feel like that they look just like my jeans.
Skinny jeans.
I know. Skinny jeans don't look good on anybody.
No. I think it looks great. And I loved his choreography. I think he did a great job with choreography.
I didn't see enough of that.
Or whoever did that. I liked that.
Yeah. Well,
I could not understand what he was saying.
no, I'm not a rapper. I
It was good.
I don't like that kind of music, but
I didn't mind the beat.
and did he sing the Drake song?
Yes, apparently he did. I still did not hear any of it, but yeah, he was apparently that
So
was.
if you're
the big
into
thing.
controversy,
Yeah,
we'll see what
he
happens
did.
with that.
He was not afraid of it at all.
And then, which commercial was your favorite?
Oh, I don't know if I had a huge. I loved the one with Post Malone, which I think was like the Bud Light commercial. I thought it was really
Oh.
good. Hometown small and Post Malone, who doesn't like a good posty commercial. And I thought they did a really good job with the breast cancer commercial because our entire shop. I'll show you a picture of everyone that was there. Everyone stopped talking to watch all the lady bits.
All of the Tatas.
Yeah. It was great. It was so funny. It's like, oh, breast cancer. I was like, what did you guys think it was going to be? I mean, what did we think was happening at the end of this? Like, I totally knew. Oh, this is the breast cancer commercial. It wasn't a bra. It was like, where did we think this was going? But no, everybody in our entire shop knew exactly what we were being aware of. So, yeah, that one was well
Hilarious.
done.
That was
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. And then snacks. What kind of snacks did you guys eat?
We had all quite a bit. I did wings.
course.
And then we had vegetable, we had a fruit tray, bean dip, chips. Let's see. Paulina did some chicken nuggets and stuff for the kids. Some fun little snacky stuff. What else did we do? Chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa. Well, I did make snack stuff. Well, not really snack stuff, but I made something kind of fun for Pa just because. But what it was like the simplest, easiest thing. I took one of those pastry doughs, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I took one of those and I put pizza sauce on it and I cut it into strips. And then I took pizza pepperoni slices. And, you know, like my strip of pastry dough is maybe this big. So I put the pastry slice like halfway in the middle and halfway hanging off the edge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And lined them all up. And then you put mozzarella cheese and then you roll it up and you put it in a muffin tin.
Oh, it looked like a little flour.
It was like a little flour.
Cute.
And it was like a little crispy
bite.
pizza bite. It was really good.
That's cute.
I kind of thought, wow,
good.
those were like wasted on Pa. He was a, you know, those
are nice.
would be kind of fun to take to it. Super fast and really good and super pretty.
That's good.
Yeah, really, really pretty. The recipe, they said to use hot honey on the top of it, but I
Hot
didn't do
honey is
that.
quite a thing. I've seen a lot more people using hot honey.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I have hot honey at my house too, but
yeah. We didn't put anything on it. We just
ate it. Yeah.
Yeah, we just ate them. I mean, it was just pizza. It really was just pizza, was what it. But they were pretty. They're pretty. Anyway, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun.
Appetizer size.
Yeah, to kind of practice. And then I felt kind of bad because I had the kids, you know, Saturday night, and Wyatt had asked if I could make a charcuterie board for them with candy. I said, yeah, dang it, but I need to like prepare for that and do shopping. He said, no, just put some candy in it. I said, no,
we don't
Papa's
have
not
any
eating candy. So I felt kind of bad that I couldn't put a little. I said, well, next time I'll be prepared next time that you come. But I had to buy the cereal.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have any
Any cereal.
achy cereal, but it looked so good that both Dad and I also, Pa and I also ate cereal. It gave me a tummy ache.
Yeah, if you don't eat like that.
Yeah, I did not feel well at all, which then kind of changed our evening just a little bit because I did not feel well
Yeah.
at
You
all.
shouldn't have eaten it.
Well, I should not have eaten that. It was really good, but no. No. We've been eating good, well enough that it caused a little bit of a problem for me. But anyway. All right. So let's see. Let's talk about this gorgeous quilt behind you.
Curved log cabin. So this was a 2.5-inch strips here. And then these were 1.5-inch strips here. And these are, I think, 12-inch finished blocks. I don't remember. And
It's
I put a couple borders
beautiful.
on.
I can't wait for you to quilt it.
Oh, I'm excited. I have it ready. It was sitting on my machine with the
Now,
back
was
on it.
this leftover bits or was this a jelly roll?
It was a jelly roll. It was an old one. A Bolly Pop one. But I mean, it's scrap. I had to add other pieces to it. I couldn't tell you. But when I was making it, I knew I needed a few more strips because of the size I wanted to make it. because of this design I wanted. I ended up making 4 extra blocks. In my head, it was only going to be 1, but you know. So I had to add some from my stash, but that's cool.
I think it's
But it could totally
beautiful.
be scrappy. I mean, even with this jelly roll, it still had blues, pinks, purples, even some of these cool tanny brown ones. I mean, super easy. I think a log cabin is the easiest one to use scraps of. I did also just use 1 background this time. It's usually not my thing, but I had a big chunk. And
Did you? Oh, you cut it because
so I
you
cut
can
my own strips. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of getting a pre-cut.
Yeah, but you can
I think
get some
Moda is the only one that will do the 1.5-inch pre-cuts, right?
Yeah. So you'd have to do a Moda solid or maybe a grunge, but they don't always have grunge
The color that you
available.
want. Just take a minute and just cut
Cut your
them.
own.
Yeah, I agree. She's back in, breathing heavy.
What happened?
What are you telling us? Timmy's stuck in the well.
Is that
what it is?
The post office came and didn't take her. Is that what? You didn't go bye-bye?
She always wants to get in the UPS truck. No, FedEx.
FedEx truck. She always wants to go with Elliot.
She loves Elliot, and
If
she
he
goes out
just
there
said,
every day. She
"Let's
walks
go."
out, and she looks,
Today.
waiting for him to say, "Get in," and looks. Yeah, and he
She could be pupping after in a second.
in a second.
Yep. You wouldn't even have to try. You wouldn't even have to bait her. If you had a pop cup, though, it was sealed. You wouldn't even have to say get in. Just open the door.
She would go.
Curved log cabin if you haven't tried it. So we have the log cabin variation. This is pretty much just a regular log cabin block, but they change it so you can, if you want to do smaller blocks, a little different secondary pattern. This is the Curvy Log Cabin book. So a bunch of different sizes and shapes and arrangements, just like a regular log cabin block. The more
just
you
looks
flip it,
different.
the more you turn it, it'll make an entirely different
And they'll
design.
show you too that you might do some like this and some where these are your 1.5-inch pieces.
Yeah.
And these are your 2.5, and it does.
It makes it
other
cool.
fun things. It's pretty cool.
This is also, if you understand the basic fundamentals of a log cabin, I think this little $8 reference card is really cool. Because it will tell you the sizes, how many you're going to need. Yeah, all the math bits. And just basic, like very nothing information. But if you understand the basics of how to make one, all
It's
you
not
need...
going to tell you construction details, just math details.
And it's not going to tell you any helpful with how to lay it out. But yeah, just math so you can make any kind of a log cabin one. And again, they tell you rectangle size. So cut a 2.5 by a 4.5-inch rectangle. I do everything strip pieced like I did for the Crackers quilt. I'm not going to cut 1,000,000 1.5 by 6.5-inch rectangles.
no.
I will cut an inch
Because then as soon as I do
that.
that, I needed it to be 1/4 of an inch bigger.
Yeah, no, I will strip piece everything log cabin related because I ain't got time for cutting rectangles. Nor does she.
I know. We need to go look in the well. All right. I think that's probably it. Let's see. So we'll see you tonight.
Yes,
for box opening. And Sunday for box opening. You probably have other videos going up this week.
Yeah, we've got probably a Jay's bouquet going up.
Yeah.
And another one. We're still going through those tutorials we posted in Christmas. So if you
yeah.
watched during the 12 days of Christmas, we had a cool tutorial plus a special. So Anna had done her magic and took out the special bits.
Re-edited.
So you don't have to feel like you missed out.
Yeah.
So we just give you the tutorial on how to make. So I think last week we did the little bag, how to make a simple bag if you hadn't been there or hadn't done one yet. And
That seems so long ago. I don't even remember what we did.
So I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but it's one of those, just a fun little technique video.
Oh, fun. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, good. And if you guys, and we'll link, or can you make that go up next, or for some of the mug rug videos?
Yeah, I'll have mug rugs come up next. So if you're interested, need some ideas.
Because we did,
Yeah, quite a few.
yeah, because we did a mug rug of the month for a while.
Yeah. And we did that in store as when we did in-person classes. So we don't have as many online. Of course, we'd have to recreate them, but there's a few up there.
Yeah.
When we were doing different techniques, we decided to do mug rugs instead of a quilt because we could easily complete that. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
All right.
We'll see you tonight.
See you tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Armadillo collecting leaves. Their unique body structure makes carrying objects tricky, yet they manage to collect everything they need to build a cozy nest. These cuties are the experts of self-defense. When danger looms, they curl into a nearly impenetrable ball, shielding their delicate underbelly. But there's more to these fascinating creatures than their armor. They're exceptional diggers, using powerful claws to burrow into the ground, and they're surprisingly good swimmers, crossing rivers and lakes with ease. Pretty impressive, right? Despite their tough exterior, armadillos are gentle creatures, and they can be quite curious. They love exploring and foraging for insects during the day, especially in lush, food-rich areas. With around 20 species, from the giant armadillo to the tiny pink fairy armadillo, each one boasts its own unique adaptations, making them some of nature's most captivating creatures.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.